Hey, welcome to my channel. So it's out finally. Season four, episode one released on this past Tuesday, on August 27th. I did watch the first episode. I will say this: this episode for this season four, first episode, it kind of reminds me a little bit of season one, quite honestly. Because I'll say this: season three, as great as this, having those stars or celebrities essentially coming in. For a while there, season three kind of was building up very slowly. That I was getting really tired of it, to the point where I was ready to like discontinue the show. But right now they had me hooked. Quite honestly, to the point where like I didn't even pick up my phone to like look at anything or of any nature. To be quite honest, I was just watching the show and I was like, wow, okay, this is pretty impressive for the episode one of season four. Um, Now, of course, seeing the trailers, of course, you know full well that Eugene Lev. For those that haven't seen, spoilers, of course. If you haven't seen the trailer at that point as well too, but one of the things I was a little surprised about was one of the stars in this episode. But in any case, we see Eugene Levy basically, as well as Eva Longoria and Zach. Zach, what's his name? Zach Gallifragilistic. If you've seen season one, you know what I'm talking about. But in reality, it's like Zach Galifianakis, basically. Seeing him there as well as Molly Shannon, and it was pretty impressive. But then I was really caught off guard seeing Scott Bakula. I was a little surprised to see him there because I was like, why would he be? Like that's a little surprise because like of course we know the character basically from Jane Lynch, Zaz. The character in season three, at the end of season three, if spoiler alert if you haven't seen it as well too, she gets shot. But at that time she said she was doubling up as a stunt person for Scott Bakula. So it was kind of surprising to see Scott Bakula and like remembering him when I last saw him in one of the shows. I forgot which show it was, maybe one of the CSI shows, I guess, or NCIS shows. He looked a little bit more skinnier, and I was like, okay, but it might be the case where dieting and whatever maybe. But in any case, but I will say this again: this show, I think this season might play well because it reminds me a little bit of season one, where I was hooked on from the first episode and onwards, basically. So this is one of those things where I'm hoping this works out really well. Now, of course, I'm kind of a little confused as to why the character of Selena Gomez, Mabel, was hesitant about giving her lifetime rights to make a movie. I mean, I'm kind of curious what she gave them. The note to the Molly Shannon character. I mean, quite honestly, one would think it's about money, but I have a feeling it's something different. Knowing full well that this is twist and turns, what only murders in the building, it's going to be different at that point. But I will say this: it will be interesting to see how this plays out. I mean, we do know that. All right, well, it's out there that there are going to be some other stars as well too, like Melissa McCarthy, Richard Kind, Kamal Nanjiani, and as well as Molly Shannon and such. So it'll be interesting. I'm not Molly Shannon, but I mean Kamal Nanjiani. Basically, I was thinking of someone else. But in any case, um, it will be interesting to see how the rest of the season plays out. If this plays out really really well, season five probably will be good to come into play at that point. Now I will admit this: what Hulu's done, or AKA Disney, it's surprising that they don't put this on network television, i.e., ABC, because quite honestly, it's a pretty good show. I think they did season one when there was that hiatus and writer strike. It's like, yeah, let's just put it up there because they had no content. I think a lot of these shows nowadays on these streaming platforms, if there are issues and they need something, put one of the shows out on the streaming that's only specifically for the streaming sites onto the broadcast channels, basically, or cable channels. But from my perspective, I'm actually going to say I'm a little excited that season four might be good. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out, honestly, because I am kind of curious to see why would they. I mean, everyone's thinking like Zaz's character, they were shooting her. But most likely, they're probably trying to kill Steve Martin's character, basically. As far as in this case of Charles Hayden, Savage, to the point where he must have done something or unlocked something, or maybe inadvertently slept with someone, who knows? Or it could be Scott Bakula for all we know. I know if you've seen my last reviews of Only Murders in the Building for each episode, I was like, oh yeah, this person done it, this person did it. It could be Scott Bakula. I'm gonna call it right now. Scott Bakula is the reason why she's dead. But anyways, to the point. I would highly suggest, if you don't have Hulu, get it for 30 day, 30 day or whatever the free trial is. But I would wait till the end of the season to binge watch all 4 seasons. Now, season 3, of course, is going to be a little slow, but it does get a little bit better. I'm interested to see if the Meryl Streep's character will be part of season 4, to the point where, like, if she's going to be in other episodes, or is just going to be a few episodes and then that's it. I will say this: seeing the Paramount Studios when they went to it in this episode, I do remember parts of those areas that they were showing. I'm like, hey, wait, I was there, I saw that. I'm like, I don't remember those parts, but I do remember that area. And so I would love, I find it very appealing to me that this. I thought this the show after season 3 or during season 3. They'd probably want to do one final season, because I was getting a little bit of more fatigue towards this genre. But if this works out and this season does play out to what it was and has me enthralled, I would love to see a season 5 for that matter. And I have to admit, seeing Steve Martin and Martin Short working together again, it'd be really interesting to see if Chevy Chase ever makes a guest star appearance in this show. I mean, that would be really funny if he actually guest stars in this show. But outside of that, if you like the show, or if you have any comments on this episode, please leave your thoughts in the comment section, and I love to read them, and I would love to discuss them and such. I do read them. I do read all my comments. I do respond to them when they warrant a response. But with that, I'll leave it at that. If you like this video, please like it. If you're welcome to dislike it if you want. And I ask, but please also please subscribe to my channel. If you do like this content and me reviewing other shows and other videos and such, then please like it so that I can focus on this versus the sports aspect of things and whatever it may be. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Again, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And outside of that, adieu. Unfiltered, unedited, of course, always unrehearsed. Until next time.